Hey everyone. So, since we're going to be at home just a little bit longer, I didn't want to put off actually teaching you some stuff. So, I think pretty much you've probably all figured this out. But PEMDAS, or Order of Operations, which is the playlist for this week, is not too terribly difficult. You just have to follow the rules. Sometimes you can kind of do things several different ways in math, most of the time. But on this is a hard and fast rule that works every time. So for those of you who need and enjoy people telling you the exact way to do it, you're in luck. I'm going to do that right now. So first of all, let's go over what these letters actually mean. So P, this is the parentheses. You see them in literacy. You see them everywhere. But in math, they look like this. There's one or more operations inside of them. This is basically just a way to say that this is a group. This is a grouping of numbers. It's kind of a group of numbers that you're going to do an operation with. We do that first. The P in PEMDAS is the first letter. You always look for parentheses and you work those groups of things first. Next, exponents. We don't deal with exponents in 5th grade, but you guys know I'm willing to teach you things a little bit ahead sometimes. Exponent is a number like this. It's that little baby number up there at the top. We've dealt with this when it comes to powers of 10. All this 3 means is that we're going to multiply 2 times itself 3 times. So if you see that, whether it's in a map test or Dreambox or anything like that, you can handle that. You know what to do. After you do parentheses, you look for the exponents and you solve them next. All right, I'm going to cross the E out though, because you're not going to have that on any sort of testing for me this year. So, don't really care about the E right now. Next, we talked about this with the family tree. We talked about this being Pops. Pops is in charge. Then we're going to pretend that multiply and divide, our mom and dad, have the same amount of power. We all know that's normally not true. But here, multiply and divide, they both have the same amount of power. So what you're going to do is you're going to work it right to left. So you're going to look for any multiplication or division, and you're going to start like you're reading a sentence, and you're going to do this one, then this one. It does not mean you do multiply first, then divide, because that's the order in the word. What it means is multiply and divide, find all of those operations left to right. Last but not least, they're the kids, the grandkids. Add and subtract. You do the same thing left to right as you go across. Okay? So let's follow those rules and work this problem. First of all, we're looking for parentheses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 8 minus 3, which is 5. And I'm going to bring everything else down. All right, so you'll see the parentheses disappear once I do the operation inside of it, and it just becomes the answer. So next, we're not doing exponents. We're looking for any multiply or divide, and I'm going to go across my number sentence. So that's subtract. Nope. Yes. What's 5 divided by 5? 1. So I'm going to pull that 1 down. And I'm going to just deal with that first. We're going to take this one step at a time. So now I'm going to bring all the rest of my numbers down. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that for room. Next, I'm still looking multiply and divide. I found my multiply. So I'm going to do 1 times 2. That's going to be 2. So you can technically cross this out every time you do it to make it a little bit easier to see what you pull down. So now I'm going to pull down 9 minus, I've got my 2, plus 6. All right, finally, we've come to our last step, add and subtract. I'm going to go across my expression. I'm going to do the 9 minus 2 first, plus 6, and finally, my answer is 13. Now, if we go back up, we hadn't used our order of operations, we would have gotten a 4 divided by an 8, which would have been a half, minus 3, no thank you. No thanks. But what what I do thank you for is watching this video. And I hope that it clarifies some things. It is always a fantastic idea to do two things with these kind of problems. Write this down on the side, just as a visual reminder, and then pull what's left of your expression down as you work out the steps. So if you have any questions, you know where to find me, Kay Sanders. And I will be back in touch with you with another lesson real soon. Thank you.